Hey, SouthPoint family, I just wanted to take a second and bring you another encouraging word. There seems to be this still ongoing debate about the difference between walking in faith in the middle of this pandemic and walking in common sense and wisdom. I've read some stories on the news, or seen some stories on the news, read some stories of certain people being silly in just the way they're acting and saying it's by faith and we're just pressing forward. So let me take a minute here and read to you what Martin Luther did. Martin Luther, back in the 1500s, he lived. If you don't know who Martin Luther is, wow, okay, go read a book. But he's the one who led the Protestant Reformation, and in his hometown in Wittenberg, Germany, in 1527, the bubonic plague moved through Europe and killed 50% of the population, okay? And so here in the middle of all this, you have this amazing man of God that has just really led so many things throughout Christian history. And he said this during the plague. He said this. He said, "Therefore, I shall ask God mercifully to protect us. Then I shall fumigate, help purifying the air, administer medicine, and take it. I shall avoid places and persons where my presence is not needed, in order not to become contaminated and thus perchance infect and pollute others, and so cause their death as a result of my negligence. If God should wish to take me, he will surely find me, and I have done what he has expected of me, and so I am not responsible for either my own death or the death of others. If my neighbor needs me, however, I shall not avoid place or person, but will go freely as stated above." And this is such a God-fearing faith, because it is neither brash nor foolhardy and does not tempt God. One of my favorite verses, and I've mentioned this before during this time, is Proverbs 21:31 in the Message translation. It says this. It says, "Do your best, prepare for the worst, and trust God to bring the victory." How amazing is that? Okay, so do your best. Do what we're supposed to do what we've been asked to do, and then prepare for the worst. I mean, use some common sense and make some preparations and do what you need to do, not out of fear, but out of having a mind and a common sense thing that hopefully the Lord has given us. And then on top of all that, then you trust God to bring the victory. Acting in common sense is not negating our faith. It shows that we have a faith in a God who gave us common sense. And so let me just encourage you today, whatever you're doing, I know and believe that you're doing what you should be doing, and at the same time trusting God and praying for our county, our city, our county, our state, our nation, and our world. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God will see us all through it. God bless.